babies. Well, good morning, good morning. I'm going to go ahead and give my puppies some treats. Lily. Lily. Good boy, good girl. So, if you've seen my thumbnail, you're looking at my new footwear for probably a week or two. I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's no longer than that. So, I'm hobbling around the kitchen with my new footwear on. Trying out the new footwear. So, what am I going to get into this morning? Well, this was unexpected. So, I'm going to have to come up with a dinner that's going to be easy for me. And I didn't have anything thought out. I wasn't expecting this. So, if you want to limp around the kitchen with me for a little bit, I'm going to do a couple little things here this morning. Get something in the crock pot for dinner that can just cook all day. So, I've got me some coffee. And I'm getting ready to get started. So I'm going to turn you around here and wash my hands and just limp around the kitchen. We're going to get this done. It's all good. Never. I'll turn you around a little bit. And again, I'm still working with the tripod that I'm not used to. So please bear with me. Okay, hands washed. Now, let's try and get something in the crock pot. I had some ribs, some spare ribs, so I thought I would just put on some ribs in the crock pot. So, yes, my new footwear is a little bit hard to get used to. It's a boot clear up to my knee. I don't know if you can see that in this frame. I wasn't expecting this, but, you know, it is what it is. Let me see if I can get back it far enough to where you can see my beautiful footwear. I'm styling my new beautiful footwear. So yes, this happened. Thank goodness they don't think it's broken, but there's a lot of swelling, a lot of damage. So they are going to send me to an orthopedic doctor. I went to the ER last night, and because it was really getting bad. Hi, good morning, Carters. So I'm just going to limp to the kitchen in my new footwear and try and get something on for dinner and put it in the crock pot, and we're going to get this done. I'm just going to have to limp. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to move you over. Hi, Chia. Good morning. And I'm working with a tripod that I'm not used to, so please bear with me. Okay, hopefully I can get me and the crock pot in the same frame. There we go. Maybe, just maybe we'll get it. So, I'm going to resort to the crock pot for dinner because of the new beautiful footwear that I have acquired to wear. So, I have some frozen spare ribs. So that's what I'm going to try and get in the crock pot. Just my foot and leg hurt. Yes, it does. And you can probably see that in my eyes. It was a pretty rough couple nights. So I finally, the first night it was really rough, went to the ER yesterday evening, and they gave me this beautiful, gorgeous footwear. to walk around and style and profile in for a little while. So I don't want to be up too long, but I'm going to go ahead and get some ribs started, because even if you're injured, if you're the one that's doing the cooking, you have to do something for dinner. So let's get started. So I have some spare ribs, and we're going to try and get those in the crock pot. Good morning, Thomas. And I'm hobbling and limping, but we will get this done. Have you ever had an unexpected injury and it changes your whole plans? Well, that's what I'm looking at. This was not expected. And, you know, it's just life. Life happens. So, I'm going to go ahead. I just washed my hands. I'm going to go ahead and put these spare ribs in the crock pot. And they're not thawed out yet. But I know that this is a very good crock pot. And they've got all day to just sit here and cook and simmer. So, I'm just going to get them started. And this is country spare ribs with the bone. Some of them have a bone. And I'm using Baby Ray's, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And I'm just going to get this started, because I know I'm not going to be able to do my normal routine that I would normally do. So I'm just going to really smother them in some barbecue sauce. Get my lid on and get dinner started for the day. So yes, unexpected injury, and it's unfortunately my foot and ankle area. But a lot of the muscle and tissue is also swollen in my legs. So they gave me this beautiful boot. It's on my thumbnail. That goes clear up to my knee. So, I am trying out my beautiful new footwear from the emergency room. So if you have a sense of humor, come join me this morning while I limp around and try and get a few things done. And we'll go around the kitchen a little bit and chat. I'm going to go toss this in the trash. I'll be right back. And since I am limping around my kitchen trying to get a few things done, I decided to put the ribs on, get them in the crock pot, let them do their thing all day. They'll be ready for dinner. And since I'm injured, I'm going to do some scalloped potatoes. And yes, the box with dinner, with my ribs. And I'm going to do some Bush's baked beans with my dinner. So, and then some Texas toast. So, even though I'm injured, we're going to have a very nice dinner, and I'm trying to find something that's going to be very easy for me, because I can only be up for a little bit on this foot, and then I need to go sit down and rest. So, barbecued spare ribs, it will be scalloped potatoes from the box, and some Bush's baked beans, and some Texas toast. And I did make my oatmeal cookies yesterday. And hubby has pretty well taken care of all the oatmeal cookies, but he still has some oatmeal cookies. So, that will be one dessert ham, and then I may make him some brownies. It depends on how I feel going into the afternoon. So, my ribs are on, and then I'm thinking tomorrow I'm not going to be feeling a whole lot better. I'm going to have to take it easy. So, I'm going to lay out, I got me a nice baking dish. I got me a whole chicken out of the freezer, and I'm just going to let that thaw. And then that will be ready for tomorrow. Will be an easy dinner. I can do a roasted baked chicken, whole baked chicken in the oven, and do some chicken stuffing from the box, because I'm not going to feel like doing anything from scratch. And then I can make some green beans and maybe some biscuits or dinner rolls. Something that's going to be easy, probably the Poppin' Fresh, whatever I have available. So that will take care of today and tomorrow, because this is completely, totally unexpected. And now that I'm looking at my baking dish, my chicken is bigger than this baking dish. So I'm going to have to get out another baking dish. So thank you if you're just joining me. We're limping around the kitchen and trying to get a few things done because of my injury. Okay, so we'll bring this out. More chicken. And this is a beautiful cast iron cookware with enamel. So, hubby said it's okay, we can order out. And I said, no, it's okay. I'll just fix some things that it's going to be easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and rinse out my beautiful cast iron cookware. I know it's clean and whenever I put it away, but I'm still going to rinse it out. And I'm just going to be thawing my chicken in this. Hopefully this one's big enough for that big old chicken. We will see. Well, that's better than the other one, so there we go. And I'm just going to let that sit on my counter and thaw slowly, and I'll put it in the refrigerator here this afternoon as it's thawing, and I will have chicken ready to bake tomorrow for dinner. Because of the unexpected injury, I'm trying to do a few things that's going to be very easy for me. So, we're just going to let this chicken sit here and thaw. Slowly, we're going to take it easy today. They were telling me it doesn't look like there's anything broken, but there's so much swelling and bruising, and I messed it up pretty good from my ankle up my leg. So they wanted me to go to an orthopedic doctor, and so today I'll be getting a call from them. And before I forget, let me go ahead and put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, put it on Do Not Disturb, because they said I'd be receiving a call from my family doctor, and I'd also be receiving a call from an orthopedic doctor here local. because they don't like the looks of the x-ray. So it is what it is, and as we get older and we get injured, it just takes a little bit longer for us to heal. So it's all good. So I still need to do a few things here today in the kitchen. So I'm going to bring it over a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stovetop off, because I was doing some baking and cooking and I did not get my stovetop completely cleaned off. So let's get at least that done. I'm going to put this over in the sink. And I'm going to just limp around, and just thought I would come on, and if there's anybody on here that wants to come on and talk and hang out with me for a little bit, that would be amazing. This in the refrigerator. And toss this. So yes, that's what we're doing this morning. We're trying our new footwear, and it's not real uncomfortable, but it is a little bit uncomfortable, and it does go clear up to my knee, and it has a lot of straps. It's almost like you need a college education to work my new footwear. And the nurse did not give me the instructions for my new cookware, unfortunately. So it's okay. We got this. We're just trying and experimenting, and it will all be good. So how is everybody today? I guess today we'll just talk about unexpected injuries. Changes of plan. I want to step on my puppy who's laying there. And yes, we are still working with the tripod that I'm not familiar with. So we're probably not going to go back to the camper until next week. I'm probably just going to take the weekend now to try and adjust to my new footwear. And I'm probably going to have appointments that I'm going to have to go and see somebody. But usually it takes a while to get into someone. So it's probably going to be the first of the week, I would think, before I hear from anybody. So I'm just going to take it easy today, and over the weekend do a little bit, sit down, take a break, and limp around my house and try to keep up with a little bit of the housework. So yes, unexpected injury. But we are getting this done. We are doing it. We are doing it. It did give me a lot of relief whenever they put the boot on and they wrapped my foot and ankle, and it did give me some relief. It's still quite painful, very painful. It wasn't as bad by the time I left the emergency as it was whenever I went into the emergency room. Them putting this boot on helped to ease up a lot of that pressure. And I was able to at least, breathe a little easier. And I was really glad that they didn't think that it was broken, that they want to send me to an orthopedic doctor just to make sure that they're not missing anything, because there's so much bruising that they want to make sure they didn't miss anything. So hopefully the x-rays are correct and there's nothing broken, just a lot of tendon muscle damage in foot and leg and ankle area. So if you're here watching me limp around the kitchen, good morning, good morning. Thank you for stopping in. And we just come in, we just put on some ribs in the crock pot, because even when you're injured, you still have to eat. So I'm doing an easy meal today. I'm doing some spare ribs using my wonderful crock pot. And I went ahead and laid out the chicken here to thaw. And that'll be dinner for tomorrow. So that takes care of today and tomorrow's dinner. And they're pretty easy meals. The crock pot's going to do most of the work today. And then tomorrow I'll just be baking a whole chicken in the oven. So, kind of watching where I step, because I've got all this extra room and I do not want to step on a topic. I just cannot believe how fast this injury happened. It happened here at home. And I was just doing my regular daily things. And it just is what it is. So anyway, I'm just happy I can still get up and move around. I'm not on crutches. I was so afraid I was going to be on crutches with my two puppies in the house. If you've been watching my channel, then you've seen my puppies. One's a year old and the other one is 6 months old. So I was really, really glad that I was not put on crutches, that they had this boot, and I could still get up and move around. And I don't want to just sit, I can't do that. We have chores to do, So I thought, well, I'll just get up and do a little bit, then sit down and rest a little bit, and we'll make it through this. So, good morning, happy Friday. So with anything that happens, you have to find something good. Yes, this is a very bad injury, but it's not broken. They don't think it's broken. And I'm not on crutches. I'm in a great big boot. My beautiful new footwear, as I'm calling it. So I'm styling and profiling my new footwear. See if I can move back here and bring you down a little bit, and maybe you can see my beautiful new footwear. Yes, I am just doing the whole fashion thing, trying to keep a good sense of humor. So the good thing is, I usually prepare a lot of things in advance. And normally when I make the puppies chicken jerky, which is a T-R-E-A-T, we'll spell it because they know what it means. So I had already dehydrated some. So I have some of that made ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead tomorrow and lay out some more chicken breast and let it thaw. And then on Saturday or Sunday, I can go ahead and catch back up on the puppy's chicken jerky. So I'm glad I do things in advance. It's saving me a lot of time being up on my foot. So the main thing I wanted to get today was something in the crock pot. I went to the freezer and I had some country spare ribs. So we've got those in the crock pot and we'll let them just do their thing all day and they'll be absolutely delicious for dinner. And then because I'm injured, I'm going to do some box scallop potatoes with my spare ribs, barbecue ribs, some Bush's baked beans, and some Texas toast. So that'll be a very easy dinner for me to make. And then, like I said, I have got a whole chicken. I brought it out. I'm going to let this thaw. And then tomorrow, I'll just put a whole chicken in and do a roast chicken. Bake the chicken in the oven and do some boxed chicken and chicken stuffing. And maybe some green beans and some biscuits or rolls or something with it. So that takes care of today and tomorrow's dinner. And I have plenty of things for sandwiches. So I don't have to worry about that. So I'm not going to be really doing a whole lot today. Just piddling a little bit, get a little bit done, sit down and take a break. So speaking of that, we were going to go back to the camper, but I think we're just going to go ahead and take it easy for a couple days. And because those camper steps are small and they're metal, and this boot is my new awesome new footwear is a little big and bulky. And so I'm going to stay home for a few days and, continue to get a few things done and get things ready to go back to the camper. So I did get my Jiffy Corn muffin mix in the mason jar done. So I have that ready to take down. I did 2 mason jars, which is equal to 4 boxes of Jiffy cornmeal mix. And that will make 2 of my cast iron skillets of cornbread. So I did get that done this week before my injury. And I did get Mr. Z, hubby, some oatmeal cookies made. And he's almost ate all of them. So here in a little bit, I may put on some, box brownies. But they are supreme, original box brownies. And that way Mr. Z will have treats for today and tomorrow because he likes his goodies as well. We all know that. If you've been watching me, you know that Mr. Z absolutely loves his goodies, desserts. And then I did make the cinnamon raisin bread in the bread machine on my last live that I did. So I have plenty of that put away for breakfast toast. And I'm just basically, if I'm doing anything, I'm probably just going to be doing some mason jar fill-ups. Getting them ready to take to the camper. Some powdered milk, because I'll probably need some more powdered milk at the camp. Some oatmeal, because I'm going to be making homemade meatballs at the camper. So I want to get everything ready and into mason jars so that I can get that ready and take it to the camper. But I've been up for a little bit, and I did get my stove wiped off, and I did get my ribs in the crock pot, and I got my chicken thawing in my beautiful cast iron, and it's enamel coated. So I'm going to just let that chicken thaw, and that takes a lot off of me. I know that I've got dinner for today and I've got dinner for tomorrow. And I'm just going to go in here now and sit down and take a break. So let me toss these and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my coffee. I'm using this tripod again that I'm not used to. So I'm going to try and move into the living room where I can sit down for a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Bear with me. I'm trying. Whoops. I don't know about that. Let's just do it another way here. We'll just shrink it down. And we'll just take it in that way. There we go. So if you watched me the other day on my live stream, then you probably realize that I'm using a tripod I'm not used to. So it is what it is. And it will all be okay. And let me try turning this a little bit. Right there, maybe. Let's see if I can get me in the daylight. Hello, I'm back in the daylight. And Mr. Ryder is helping me out here this morning. He's my little helper. I don't think he quite understands what's wrong with Mama and why Mama is limping around the kitchen in a funny looking footwear. So, I need to sit here and rest just a minute and get a grip. That foot and leg is really bothering me this morning. But I wanted to come on and say hello and check in with everybody. And yes, this is an adult channel. And yes, I do smoke cigarettes and I do drink coffee. So I got my coffee and I'm going to have a cigarette. And I'm going to sit here and relax a minute. Oh, puppy's wanting to come up with Mommy. I'm going to try and get my foot up a little bit. See if I can't get it elevated. So, unexpected injury. Yes, unexpected. Indeed. But it is what it is. And it'll be all right. So anyway, have you ever just woke up one morning, had an unexpected injury, but you still wanted to get some things done and you just kind of picked yourself up and said, we can do this? Then that's what we're doing this morning. Unfortunately, this is my good leg. And if you've been watching me, then you know I have the other leg that is injured pretty bad. And it disabled me. So, now there's a lot of pressure going on to my bad ankle and leg. This is, unfortunately, my good one. So now maybe I've got two bad legs. But it'll be all right. It'll all be all right. So what is everybody into on this Friday? What are you going to do for the weekend? Do you have plans? Are you going on vacation or anything like that? I'll try and keep it where at least I'm lit. Like I said, this is a tripod I'm not used to. And, hey, it is what it is, you know. So, I'm very happy that I can at least get up and move around. I'm very happy that I'm not on crutches. I was so afraid that they were going to put me on crutches, and I have the puppies. You know, I was like, oh goodness, what am I going to do with two puppies and me on crutches? And I was really worried about that. I'm trying to get where it's not too light, but apparently I can't. So I'm just going to have to leave it where it is. And like I said, this is tripod I'm not used to. And I'm just going to sit here and try to relax a little bit. So I feel better. I've got stuff on for dinner. I know that we're going to have a nice dinner, even though I'm hurt. And then I don't have to worry about laundry. Thank goodness I got my laundry caught up when I come back from the camper, so I can go a day or two without having to worry about doing laundry. And I'm just going to take it easy. And sometimes you just need to take it easy. You know, when life throws you unexpected things, we just adapt. And I'm adapting. So, probably not going to go back to camp until probably beginning of next week. So that gives me the rest of the weekend to slowly put things together. And hubby can load everything up in the car for me. And I won't have to worry about any of that because he'll normally I have the car all loaded and everything ready. And we just pick up and go. But he is such a wonderful help, and he will be picking up my slack, unfortunately. And but it'll be okay. It'll all be okay. And yeah, it's still hurting a little bit, and it's going to take a little bit to heal. But I'm hoping, like they said, that they don't think anything's broken, but there's a lot of swelling and bruising, and they want to make sure that it didn't miss anything, so they're going to send me to the orthopedic doctor and let him take a good look at it and make sure that there's nothing broken, because on the x-ray they did up to my knee, and I've got a lot of tissue damage and swelling in the foot and in my leg, so that's why they put the tall boot on. I'm able to get up and walk around. It's a little inconvenient, but it's not crutches, so I'm so grateful it's not crutches. No, hey, you know, we just we take what life gives us and we can do the best that we can with it, and that's all we can do, and keep our spirits up, right? And that's what we're doing. So anyway, if you stopped in, I want to say thank you. If you watched the video, um, just checking in, letting you know what's going on. And now I'm going to sit here and rest a little bit. I don't want to stay on very long because it is hurting. To be honest, it is hurting. And I thought that would be a little bit of a distraction to get up and get stuff going for dinner and at least get my stovetop cleaned, because I had done some cooking and I did not get my stovetop cleaned the last meal I prepared, and was interrupted and had to go to the emergency room with my leg and foot. So anyway, I'm going to hop off of here, and I want to thank you for stopping in. Yeah, it's starting to hurt pretty bad, even though I was only up for a little bit. So I think that's my leg telling me I need to go rest a little bit and get my leg elevated, maybe get some ice on it. And I will see you the next time. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow when we're getting ready to do the chicken and get it in the oven. We will see how I feel, and if I feel well enough, I will come on again tomorrow. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness and your understanding. You are absolutely amazing. And if you like the video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed and you want to subscribe, please do. Thank you very much. And as always, don't be afraid to try new things in the kitchen. It's always fun. And please be kind. Be kind to one another. We need to see more of that. So, till next time, bye bye, everyone. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for watching the video. And I will see you the next time. Bye bye. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday.